Welcome to 5 Good Minutes.
You're listening to today's inspirational message on the book of 1 Thessalonians
with Brady Randall.
Can't we all just get along? I mean, school would be simpler, politics would be better, work would be so much more fun, and certainly the church would feel like a better experience if people that we interacted with acted in a way that dignified other people. One of the reasons that people get what I call church hurt is because things are messy in the church. Church would be much more easy and simpler if it weren't for people. But the reality is, church is the people. Ecclesia is the gathering of God's people. And Paul lists some exhortations as he closes out his letter, starting at the end of verse 13. It reads like this: "Live in peace with each other. And we urge you, brothers and sisters, to warn those who are idle and disruptive, encourage the disheartened, help the weak, be patient with everyone. Make sure that nobody pays back wrong for wrong, but always strive to do what is good for each other and everyone else." Now notice he's specifically talking to Christians as he uses the phrase brothers and sisters. And this is how it's supposed to work. Warn those who are idle. This is a word that means undisciplined or insubordinate or out of line. It's easier not to say something or to rustle feathers, but it's more costly to not warn those who are out of line. Letting someone who's insubordinate run amok and cause chaos and division can be deadly for a church. Paul says, encourage the disheartened. The disheartened are the faint-hearted, and this can describe those who are fearful and full of doubt. And rather than dismissing those people because it might take more effort, Paul exhorts the church to encourage them. And by the way, do you know anyone that has experienced way too much encouragement in this current season of their life? There are many reasons why a person might become disheartened. We've probably all been there. Maybe some of us are there right now today. Life is hard. People are difficult. Faith may feel futile. And you may be experiencing doubts about the Christian faith. Is Jesus really who he said he was? The church should be a place where those questions don't get dismissed, but rather a safe place to explore faith. And Paul goes on to say, help the weak. And here Paul could be talking about those who have a weak conscience, or maybe those who are anxious about the coming day of the Lord, or those who are without spiritual strength. What a difference that would make if a follower of Jesus took this seriously. Rather than disregarding the weak or trampling on the weak, followers of Jesus are called to help and lift them up. But let me ask you this. If there is no God, why should you or I help the weak? Charles Darwin implied that it is the survival of the fittest in nature. The weak do not survive. You trample the weak. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And if there is no God, why should you care about the weak at all? Why shouldn't you just look out for number one, which is you? But instead, Paul encourages us, God encourages through Paul, that we are reminded that when we are weak, we are genuinely strong if we're relying on the strength of God. And finally, he says, make sure nobody pays back wrong for wrong, but always strive to do what is good for each other and everyone else. Now, the reason he mentions paying back wrong for wrong is we are tempted with this all the time. If somebody does me wrong, my first instinct is to want to get back at them. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But the reason the follower of Jesus doesn't have to pay back wrong for wrong is at least two reasons. One, our greatest wrongs, they've already been paid for in full on the cross of Jesus. I'm constantly in the wrong, and all of my wrongs have already been dealt with. Thus, I don't have to worry about getting back at anyone. And I've been in the wrong, and Jesus has forgiven me. The second reason is that God promises that he's going to sort it all out in the end. Revenge and vengeance ultimately belong to God. That's his business. And I let God be God, and my role, as far as I'm able, is to live at peace with everyone, striving to do what is good, not just for me, but for everyone else. It is really easy to point the finger for what makes church messy or dysfunctional. Anyone can criticize or play armchair quarterback. But instead, God invites and exhorts us to play a different role in making our best effort to get involved in the nitty-gritty with people, not looking out for our own interests, but the interests of others. And so instead, you and I are encouraged to take a proactive step towards making the church be a better place to be.
Thanks for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content to explore on Orchard Hill Plus and on the Orchard Hill main feed from the weekend. Have a great day.